Well, I think the two events leading up to this album.
Yeah.
I think the first one, well, you were saying it was great to have sold millions of records and toured the world, but we were nervously exhausted.
Yeah.
And our working relationship deteriorated very quickly.
Yeah.
I think that was one insight you got, and then, well, you battling depression, and then your dad passing away, maybe triggered it more.
Yeah.
When did your dad pass away?
My dad actually passed away in 2002, which was a long time ago. But what happened was my father died we were on tour in Scotland. Mm-hmm. My father died on the Tuesday. And then my wife was about to give birth to my daughter, Eve, who's my second child. And so yeah, we got the police turned up at the hotel, your father's dead, blah, blah, blah. So,
how did he die?
He died at 57 of emphysema and alcoholism.
Okay, so you knew he was already in bad shape?
Well, yeah, we'd also had another call. We hadn't spoken to him for 10 years, and then we'd had a call saying he's dying. He wants to see you. So we, after not seeing him and trying to forget about him, you know, we actually confronted him.
When was that?
Oh, I guess that was in 2001. So we kind of tried to, you know, arrange meetings with him and stuff, but he was a big drunk, and he'd had a lot of accidents, and so his brain wasn't working very well, and it was kind of tough. So he died on the Tuesday, and then we were on tour in Scotland, so we carried on touring. And then my wife was about to give birth, and I said, Jen, can you give birth on Saturday because we have a day off? And suddenly we were eating lunch, and she phoned and said, nothing's happening. You know, I was like, come on, have this baby. And then just as we were paying the bill, she said, my waters are broken. So I ran and I got a black taxi all the way from Liverpool to Kent, where I live near Dover.
It's pretty expensive then.
Actually, Liverpool taxis are cheaper than London ones, so it was about £400.
Okay.
And so I got there, and then she said, well, it stopped happening. You know, the hospital has sent me home, so I had to wait. And then so my daughter was then born, I think, on the Saturday or the Sunday. Then I had to clear out my father's flat, have him cremated, have the funeral, and then I was back on tour again by Wednesday. So within a few days, my daughter was born, my father was buried, cremated, and I was back on the road again. So I didn't ever really get time to reflect, or, you know, to process the emotions.
So you just pushed it away?
These huge events, yeah, I just pushed it away. I drank, I took drugs, I did whatever, and kept it at a distance. And then with the last record, everything went wrong.
How come?
We made a silly mistake. We tried to please people and we got it wrong.
I think by pleasing you mean, well, getting a new singer in and just keep on...
Well, yeah, people said, oh, you know, you're known as two white guys with a black singer.
Yeah.
We need a new young black singer. We want it to look like Morcheeba, so we can sell it as Morcheeba, you know. And it was bullshit. It was, you know, it was...
But did you know already when you were doing it, or did you know afterwards?
It's like if you do anything, you want to believe that you're doing the right thing. I mean, something somewhere is telling you that this is all going wrong. But in order to do any job, you have to convince yourself to do it, you know. So we convinced ourselves to do it, but we found out very quickly that it was wrong.